Hey beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot oracle reader. Now my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about your next relationship. Also, we will look into who it will be with. Now, as always my dear, let me zoom in. I have 3 piles that you can choose from, and this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is gonna be pile 3. As always my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And if you're interested or you're just curious when it comes to a person reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey Pal1, welcome to your reading my dear. Now let's see, what can we get about your next relationship? What do you need to know? Now let's start straight away my dear. Let's see. First, let you get some tarot cards for you. For my dear pile 1. Oops, the cards are a little bit big. So let's see. What can we get about your next relationship and who will it be with? For my dear pile 1. Alright, that's great. Let's start. For my dear pile 1, all about your next relationship. Okay, the first card we have is the 2 of Swords. Let's continue. For my dear pile 1, what do you need to know about your next relationship? Okay, we have the Moon card here. The Page of Cups. Lovely card. Let's continue. The 8 of Swords, I'm sorry, the 3 of Swords, not the 8 of Swords. It looked like an 8. Let's continue. The Strength card. For my dear pile 1. The Patience card in this deck. Okay. The 10 of Cups. And one last card. Let's see what is this all about. Ooh, the 3 of Swords with the Transformation card. Interesting. And at the back of the deck, okay, all right, the 8 of Swords did come through though. All right, so please give me a moment, my dear, to tune into the energies here. All right, so my dear pile 1, let's start with your next relationship. By the way, I don't know why I felt like saying first relationship, so maybe for some watching, this can also be the first relationship ever. But anyways, let's come back now. So what can you expect? What's coming next when it comes to love in this serious relationship we're talking about? So first of all, I would like to say something, and this was one of the first messages I received, and I feel like there is some significance around that. For some of you guys, you are gonna keep this relationship secret for some time, and there is a reason for it, okay? It could be the case that you're waiting for the right time to introduce this person, you know, to your inner circle, or make it very publicly. But I feel like it's not because you don't want to show this person off, or you know, to share your love for them, or you know, like share with everyone that yeah, you're a couple now. it's more so because you're trying to protect yourself, or you're making a very wise step, all right? So it could either be the case that you don't want people to be all over your business, you know, and try to, yeah, put stuff into your mind. Maybe for some you have these kind of people around you, or you may feel like in order to bring out the best when it comes to this, you first want to prepare it. So as an example, if you want to introduce this person to your friends or family, you want to do it in a very thoughtful way, and you want to make it, yeah, as best as possible. Maybe you don't want to overwhelm them. There's just this idea about doing it at the right time and the right way. All right, so that's the first thing I'm seeing here. However, I don't feel like it's gonna be too hard on you, because for you the most important thing is to be with this person, right? And if you have to keep it a secret for some time, it's not going to be the worst thing you've done. In fact, I feel like it's going to definitely bring a lot of peace of mind to you, because you don't have to justify things, you don't have to explain things. You can just enjoy the relationship. And yeah, I feel like you're actually going to really enjoy that. For some, maybe this is something you learn from a past relationship, because you've seen other people just coming into your business and you just don't want this to be repeated, and therefore you're going the safe way for some time until you figure everything out, all right? Maybe even for a small portion of you, this person could somehow be well known, or you could be well known, and therefore you don't want to mess things up when it comes to the introduction, and you just want it to be, yeah, smoothly going, all right? So that's the first thing I'm seeing here. Now, another thing I would like to talk about is the combination of the Three of Swords with the Transformation card, with other words, the Death card. And the Three of Swords is a very heavy card, you know, it can signify heartbreak, pain, and especially if we talk romantically, just some rejection, okay, that we may have experienced. And with the Transformation card being here, that's actually a beautiful ending, because it really shows that the person who has gone through this, they have grown from it, they've transformed themselves, they've learned from the experience. However, they've gone beyond it, because it's all about change, it's all about transformation, as this card says, right? And I feel like this is more so your like this person's, your future partner's energy here, okay? They may have experienced a very major heartbreak in their life, okay? It could have been a breakup which was pretty tough because of their ex-partner and something they did, and it definitely was not something easy to handle or something easy to deal with. Now, the Transformation card, though, is showing me that that's something that they have overcome. Yes, the Three of Swords is definitely a heavy energy here, and yes, it's coming through, so it's a part of their past, but the Death card is balancing it out beautifully, because it's showing, yes, that's something that's coming through for you to know. However, it's something which is not a part of them anymore. You know, the same way, let's say a snake needs to like shed their skin off. It's kind of the same way, because yes, this old skin was at some time a part of them, but not anymore, because they have released it and it's now just laying around somewhere, right? This old skin, and they have yeah, made a new one, right? Grown into a new one. So that's the kind of same energy here. I think this is the best way to explain it, because just, you know, because someone or something used to be a part of someone's life, that doesn't mean that it's still of importance today. But coming back to this energy, they, once again, I feel like they have experienced some kind of a heartbreak in their past, okay? So they have experienced the more heavy energy when it comes to love, or not necessarily love, but I think the toxicity when it comes to being with a wrong partner for us, or a negative partner. Because sometimes people find themselves in partnerships which are on so many levels not for them, and on so many levels I'm hearing red flags, right? And very often people coming out of these relationships, they come out so wise because they know now everything not to do for the next one. And I feel like it's the same here. So this is someone now who really listens to their intuition when it comes to love, because yeah, maybe at some point they have not listened to it, and it had it took them to a very big mess, okay? So now they just want to not find themselves in these kind of situations again. So that's why this is coming through, I feel like, as well. Now, let us talk about the Page of Water and the Ten of Water combination here, because that's such a beautiful combination to be here. First of all, I feel like when we talk about the emotions of you guys, okay, it's going to be very, very fulfilling. Your relationship is all going to be about the emotional side, it's all about bringing out the best feelings in each other, okay? Whether it's through our words, whether it's through action, just to make the other feel loved and feel appreciated. And once again, I feel like a reason for that is because both of you guys, or one of you guys, could have not felt that way in the past, not felt appreciated, and therefore, yeah, it's even more beautiful, or you feel even more grateful to feel that within this relationship. And I feel like it's gonna be a beautiful approach when it comes to your relationship. When we talk about the dating phase, or when we talk about the beginning of your relationship, the person who's more so in their masculine energy, who we would perhaps prefer as the masculine, like divine masculine, they are gonna approach the divine feminine first, okay? And I'm not talking here gender-wise, we're talking energetically here. And the way they're gonna approach the divine feminine is a very light-hearted and fun way. Very compassionate, very loving, okay, and very kind. That's something I'm seeing. They're gonna make memorable a memorable first impression here when it comes to the approach, because the divine masculine has a lot of love to give, and they are not gonna hold back, all right? But they're gonna make it in a way, like they're gonna approach the divine feminine in a way that this person feels or better to say, everyone feels comfortable with doing so, okay? And I feel like overall to say, you and this person, you're gonna make a lot of beautiful memories with each other, because the Ten of Cups for me is all about those experiences we make with someone else, which lasts a lifetime. And all the beautiful memories we think about even years ago, when we think about a certain person or a certain day, and we just remember all the good time that we had. That's kind of the energy that I'm seeing here. So I feel like you and this person throughout this relationship, you're gonna have a lot of fun with each other. For some of you guys, you may even feel young again, okay? It's something I'm hearing here. Now, it doesn't matter how old you are, even, or especially, I feel like for those of you guys who may feel like, oh, the last time I felt young is a very long time ago, okay? Especially for those of you guys who may resonate with this. that's exactly the beauty of it. You are gonna feel something you haven't felt a very long time ago, like or yeah, exactly, okay? So it's kind of this emotion that you've been missing, and you may have not even like known you've missing, okay? Okay, that's another thing here. Okay, so if some of you guys have been very not insecure, no, a little bit doubtful or not sure when it comes to relationships in the past, you know, if you always have been fighting with yourself whether, let's say, someone who reached out to you as a relationship offer, whether they were the right one or not, whether you actually wanted to have a relationship with them or not, you know, if you always have been tiptoeing around when it came to serious relationships because there were a lot of aspects in it, you know, that you weren't sure about, when it comes to this relationship there is a lot of determination and overall you being really sure about what you're doing. So you're not gonna question it, okay? You are gonna be very straightforward when it comes to it, and yeah, you know what you're doing, you know? You are not gonna try to run away from it because you're gonna have second thoughts. You're gonna be very aware, okay? And this like insecurity or uncertainty that you may have felt in other relationships or just in general in the thought of having a relationship with someone, it's gonna fade away because of this person and how they make you feel, because they're not gonna make you feel or give you a reason, better to say, to feel insecure or feel uncertain regarding this relationship or even regarding them. Maybe for some of you guys, a reason why you always or right now you feel a little bit insecure regarding relationship is because you don't want to feel stuck, okay? Maybe for those who have been in previous relationships in the past, at one point you felt stuck, okay? Or you felt like you were giving a lot of yourself away, or maybe even of your freedom away. And that's just like a fear that you now have when it comes to relationship. Or even for those of you guys who never had a relationship, because of this inexperience, okay, maybe you are finding certain fears that come up when the idea approaches, okay? But I don't see you here feeling stuck. I don't see you here having to fear something, because it's actually going to be an experience that you are going to much appreciate, okay? By the way, talking about who this partner is as well, I feel like they are someone who's also very private. So coming back to the first message we talked about regarding the fact that you guys or one of you guys may keep this relationship a secret, I feel like it's actually a mutual things that you do, because both of you guys may appreciate the fact or certain like privacy, all right? And once again, it really depends on your own individual situation, because there could be some factors that really trigger that. Once again, maybe someone being well known, maybe someone having people around who are sneaky, or maybe just like past experiences who are, made you feel that way, okay? Whatever it may be, but you are definitely gonna think it's the right thing to do, all right? Now, I would like to get a little more information regarding who this person is gonna be, because we have definitely looked into what kind of relationship you can expect, but let's look a little bit more into who this person actually is. I'm gonna get you some oracle cards for that. So for my dear pile 1, let me put this aside. Who will you be with in this relationship? Who will you be with in your next relationship? Let's see. For my dear pile 1, who is this person? Who will you be in a relationship with next? One more shuffle. All right. So let's see. The first card we have is the rebel archetype, which says challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. The second card we have is the bully archetype, which says highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. All right. Now, one more card or 2 more cards. I'm going to take 4 archetype cards. Ooh. We have the destroyer archetype, which says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for a new life. Who will you be with next, my dear pile 1? No, 2 cards. I only want 1, please. Again, only 1 for my dear pile 1, please. Who will you be with next? Okay, we actually have, yeah, look at that. We have the gossip archetype. Awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. All right, now let's look into the energy of this person and yeah, who they are, what they are dealing with themselves. So first of all, I would like to talk about how beautiful this rebel archetype is coming through here, because what I'm feeling here is that your future partner is someone who is very rebellious, but in a how should I explain it? Like, they have their own mind and they are very, very courageous. They are all about standing in their truth, and even if they have to stand alone and face like whole backlash, they don't like care about it, because for them it's all about being our authentic self and being us, okay, who we truly are, and living our truth, and not be afraid when it comes to judgment of other people. All right, so I feel like this person within their group of friends or within their family, or going a step further, it could even be within their society, may have somehow like done stuff which was really unconventional because they thought that it was the right way for them, and it really made them happy, okay? It's definitely something that fulfills them very, very much because they listen to themselves. Maybe this person at one point in their life has done the complete opposite, and it has brought them just sadness and anxiety and just a lot, like draining them, okay? And they just came to the conclusion that there is absolutely no sense or like no reason to do that. Like, why should I try to be something other people want me to be, or try to fit in this mold that society is telling me to fit in, if it doesn't make me happy, if it doesn't fulfill me? At the end of the day, I'm living for myself. I have come here alone and I will live alone. So why can't I enjoy the journey and enjoy life the way it feels right to me? And this really shows how strong they are, okay? Because not everyone can take or can be as courageous like that, okay? A lot of people would either, or would rather, better to say, compromise when it comes to their inner voice, because they're like fearing what may come with listening to it, right? And therefore they just compromise on it. because they don't want to be different or stand out, whatever it may be, really. So, by the way, we also have the Strength card here, so I feel like this is actually beautifully showing what kind of person they are and how empowering they are, actually not only for themselves but also for other people. This person can be very empowering to others because they can be a role model to listen to yourself. And I mean, I don't mean that this person, as an example, doesn't listen to the suggestions of their loved ones, right? I mean, that's something else. It's one thing listening and acknowledging feedback or criticism for people who love us and they only want the best of us, in comparison to the norms or structures or expectations we think we need to fit in just to be accepted, and in the process completely giving up on us, our wishes, our dreams, our overall happiness, or living the life we feel we want to live, okay? So these are two different things. Talking about the second thing I just mentioned, that was not the kind of life they wanted to choose. So they have moved on from that. Another thing, it's very interesting, we have the bully and gossip card right next or beside each other here. So this really shows me that the kind of life this person has chosen to live has definitely made some round. Like, other people have definitely seen it and they thought they had something, or the right, better to say, they thought they had the right to say something about it, which they absolutely don't. But I feel like these are just people who don't have anything better to say, like to do, or absolutely don't feel fulfilled in their own life, so they feel like talking about others makes them feel somehow better, but that absolutely doesn't bother them. I feel like it even amuses them, because they may think or say things like, it's funny how much people, you know, put like energy into other people's life, because instead of that, there's so much beauty they could create within their own life, right? And that's just the same energy they live by. And yeah, it doesn't really bother them, because they understand that when someone invests negatively in their life, that actually says more about these people than about them. So I feel like people have tried to talk them out of this decision that they've made to listen to themselves and live the life they want to live. And this card literally says people may have even gossiped about them. This actually shows a very interesting thing here, because we have talked about this need of privacy and this need of keeping it a secret. And looking into this energy, I can definitely see why, because there may definitely be some people around who are very bitter when it comes to their own life, and they just don't have anything better to do. There is no other way to say it. And this person just, yeah, prefers to keep things private, especially when it comes to things that are very dear to them, such as like loved ones, right? And just their intimate like business and so on. So it could be even them, okay? In the beginning, it was really open. It could have been your decision or their decision. But looking into that, it could, the majority-wise, be their decision to keep it a secret. But, or like not a secret. It's not like you're gonna sneak around and you're gonna feel like you are being denied, you know? Not this kind of way, okay? Not in a way that you feel like you're living a second life in the dark, you know? Like, that's not what I mean. It's not like you are a dark secret, or this relationship is a dark secret which needs to be hidden, okay? That's not what I'm talking about here. It's kind of like just making sure that negative energies don't have access to things you care about, because not everyone deserves to know everything. All right? So just to make it a little bit clear here, so there is no misunderstanding when it comes to the energies I'm picking up on here. Okay, so let's now talk about the last archetype, which is the destroyer archetype. And it's actually such a beautiful archetype to be here, because it also really reminds me of the Three of Swords energy I talked about, and the transformation card, the death card being here, which is all about changes, right? So this card says releasing what is potentially destructive, and this is exactly what I felt like, that this person has already released stuff, and this is really the confirmation here, because I was really sure about the fact that yes, the Three of Swords is coming through in this reading, but it's not an energy they're still carrying, because the death card is really the confirmation here that there has been this change regarding this aspect of their life. And with the destroyer archetype being here, that's really just another clarification. And with preparing for new life, they are definitely ready for something new here. They're ready for a new experience, a new romantic love, a new relationship, or whatever good things life may have to offer for them, okay? This is the energy of someone who's excited for new things, who's ready, and like the patience they had, okay, it was definitely worth it. All the things they have gone through in order to transform their life, transform themselves, was worth it, because they are now at a place where, yeah, they're welcoming good things in and they're feeling at their best, all right? That's something I'm seeing here. So, my dear pile 1, this is all I have for you. So please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there's something you would like to share with us, definitely feel free to do so. Also, my dear, like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're interested or you're just curious when it comes to a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, I also invite you there, and you will find my Instagram link in the description box. Now, my dear pile 1, I am sending you much love and much positive energy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 1, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see, what can we get about your next relationship and who will it be with? Everything you need to know. Let's look into it. So first of all, my dear, I would like to start with some tarot cards, and then afterwards we will dive into some more oracle. So let us see. For my dear pile 2, your next relationship. Your next relationship, my dear pal 2, what do you need to know about it? For my dear pal 2, your next relationship. Let's see. One more shuffle. All right, okay. So let's see. The first card we have is the Ace of Wands. Yes, we are always welcoming the Ace of Wands energy, right? So let's see. We have the Page of Wands. Great. I love the Page of Wands. One of my favorite cards in the tarot. We have the Nine of Cups. Wow, these are great cards. My dear, wow, look at that. You even have the Sun card. Yes, pal 2. Okay, and the Sun, the Star and the Sun card came through together. Wow, I can already see a lot of great energy here, which excites me. And let's see. Wow, okay. And here's the Tower card. Let's see what this is about. We have the Messenger of Water. And let's get you guys one more card. And you have the Seven of Pentacles. All right. At the back of the deck, let's see. Whoops. You stay here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Please give me a moment. Okay. So the first thing I would like to talk about here is that I feel like this is going to be a long-term relationship. Okay, so this is a relationship which there is commitment in here, for sure. It's not like one of those relationships in which like it only lasts a phase or a certain time period. No, this really has the potential to be long lasting, and a reason for that, yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. We also have the Ten of Cups here, and I was about to talk about the Nine of Pentacles, but the Ten of Cups here with the 10 here, because 10 is an ending. I almost feel like with this 10, like this is the ending of the spread, so these two cards also need to be added. So interesting also 9 and 10 here. Okay, anyways, so as I was saying, I feel like this is a long-term relationship, and it's going to be a very secure one as well. This is one that you guys from the beginning are going to be, yeah, very, very serious about. For some, you may even talk marriage, okay? You may even like really think through long-term, also like future-wise, where you will be in 2 years and 3 years. It's gonna be that kind of an energy here. And of course it takes two, so you both are gonna be serious when it comes to that. And I feel like, especially like, let's talk about the beginning of the dating phase and so on, there is a lot of communication, and you guys are gonna definitely voice and express what you're looking for, and you will definitely be very focused on seeing whether the expectation or the goals and wishes this person has regarding the future is compatible with yours and your expectation, and whatever you have planned when it comes to the following years. But I'm seeing it's gonna cross, like no, not cross, it's gonna match, okay? That's how you say it. I'm seeing that, through the things you share with each other. And not only that, because it's not only about whether like two visions actually match, it's also about whether two people match, right? And of course that's one thing which needs to be, and that's definitely not something which is going to be an issue here, because that's just like, this is literally someone that you will be able to imagine a future with. And of course in a minute we are going to look into who this person is and what you can expect when it comes to that. But let's for now stay with the relationship. So as I said, long-term relationship, I also feel like there is a lot of potential for abundance in here. So you and this person, you could actually later on even become some kind of business partners, or maybe someone works for the other, or if it's not that kind of a financial career aspect, it could also mean that there is a lot of potential for you guys to grow things, whether it's a family, whether it's an idea that you would like to bring to life, whether it's a business idea, or just a project, a creative project, okay? It doesn't really matter, but you guys working together, you can definitely make things happen. That's really the key here. You work together beautifully. You, like as an example, maybe one of you guys is more so the practical person and the other is more so the mind, the idea person. Like one brings the ideas, the other goes about how to how to accomplish it or how to go about it. It's kind of like beautifully being compatible and yeah, filling in those different aspects here. And with the Nine of Pentacles being here anyways, it's definitely a very promising energy. And it's shown, like, it really shows me that there's a lot you guys can start and finish together. Now, with the Ten of Cups being here, oops, excuse me, with the Ten of Cups being here, that actually is showing me that, first of all, I feel like for some, there could definitely be some family, okay, here. So whether it's pets or whether it's children, adopting or having your own, it doesn't really matter. However, it works out for you and your own wishes, right? But I feel like there is definitely this potential in here, because it's kind of like you guys have created this beautiful home for each other, and this small community, this beautiful family dynamic, and it's a very harmonious, balanced out energy here. I mean, of course, we can never control what happens outside of our control, right? And life happens. Life is not only about the good times, but it's also about the times we would maybe consider like negative, right? Which eventually actually bring the biggest lessons to us. But it's both. And I feel like when we talk about those negative times that you may encounter, you will still have a secure home in which you feel like it's almost your sanctuary. It's almost like your safe place that you can go to and you can feel safe, and you have the support system. Not only in, I was about to say your spouse. So for some, you could definitely marry this person, but not only in this partner to have a like security when it comes to them, but just in general, feeling secure when it comes to the home space, you know? I'm already getting a message coming through regarding who this person is, and what I'm feeling here is that this is someone who is gonna make you like laugh a lot. They have a great sense of humor, the kind of sense of humor that you really enjoy, and I feel like there could be a lot of cracking jokes or just sarcasm that really just makes you just laugh out so hard, like it's just it's the kind of energy you like to vibe with, okay? Like, once again, I feel like you guys definitely are very, very compatible. And with the Star card being here, what the Star card is like very simply telling me or showing me is that this person, this relationship is going to be a wish fulfillment. Period. That's something you may have been waiting for quite some time, or just in general, even if you have been open, for others, like other relationships, it just has not like been the kind or the one you really have been wishing for or imagined, okay? And yes, okay, it's not only other people finding their happiness, or it's not only other people finding a partner who's ideal for them, or with whom they feel like, they can spend a lifetime with. I feel like maybe someone always says it's others. Others can make their dreams come true. Others always have those wish fulfillment moments. Others find a right partner, but I don't, me not, and so on. Maybe for some, this is some kind of a mentality you sometimes have, and it's kind of like the energies that your spirit guides, however you want to call them, are saying no, it doesn't always have to be others. It can also be you. You are just as much worthy when it comes to these experiences like others, okay? No one is better than the other. Everyone deserves that, and so do you. And with the Star card being here, I genuinely feel like this is literally a wish fulfillment. You have been maybe even praying for some of you guys, or really hoping for this kind of relationship, and when it's gonna come in, it's definitely something you're gonna be very, very thankful for. And with the Eight of Swords being here in reverse, I feel like it's gonna be the ending of some kind of stagnation energy that you thought was a curse, okay? Maybe for some you really felt like when it comes to your love life, it's not going anywhere. You may almost felt like you're cursed, or like you're just destined to have bad luck when it comes to your love life. Maybe these are things some of you guys have literally said, or at least eternally thought of sometimes. But that's not the case, okay? And you're gonna realize it, of course, when you find someone who's compatible and really fits into this criteria. And okay, let's now continue. Another thing I'm seeing here with the Ace of Wands being here, I feel like if we talk about the beginning of your relationship, it's going to be a very passionate one. So the attraction between you guys is going to be there. There's going to be this the sensation of feeling drawn towards each other, and also like intimately speaking. And it's gonna be a kind of beginnings in which you guys are just gonna, yeah, you just want to crush into this relationship, because it's gonna be extremely intense and extremely overwhelming. And it's just one of those things that you feel a big yes towards, okay? Like a big green flag, right? Instead of red flags, a big green flag that you just want to dive into. That's the kind of sensation I would like, or I would say this relationship has to you. Maybe it's also just an intuitive knowing, but you're just gonna feel like this is someone who could make my life so much richer, and who could help me so much on experiencing life, and vice versa, you know? Just someone who's very compatible. And with the fire energy that I felt from the beginning on, yes, there is definitely this attraction from the beginning right away. This passion, okay, this desire that you have for someone, which you may not even be able to explain why. So maybe as an example, you think that this attraction, or this, better to say this desire that you have, is because of the physical aspects, because of the fact that you feel very, very drawn towards them, and you may feel like they're very hot as an example. But it's more than that. I feel like it's just an intuitive hint that this is someone that you really feel like you should be with. Now, another thing I would like to say is that, and it really beautifully goes hand in hand with the Eight of Swords and the energy that I felt like when it comes to the stagnation that you feel regarding your love life. This person's gonna come in very unexpectedly, and you're not gonna see it coming through. You are gonna be like maybe even shocked, okay? Because maybe you have been used to the fact to be single, or used to the fact that you're stuck in some kind of a circle, and then when this person comes through, or comes into your life, better to say, it's gonna shock you in a good way. And I feel like it's definitely gonna shock you a little bit, because that's the Tower energy. However, with the Page of Wands being here, the Page of Wands is a card I associate with colors, like literally. If I had to think of, like, let's just say a rainbow, like fit the rainbow into one tarot card, it would be the Page of Wands, because there are so many aspects to it. And I would just like say color, you know, there's so much beauty in it. And I feel like it's kind of the same thing that happens all of the sudden, like color comes into your life, and at least regarding your love life, okay, that's what we're talking about here. and it's gonna be overwhelming, and it's gonna be like, wow. Let me take a moment to just digest it. It's kind of this like sensation, and as I already said, it's an intense feeling, it's an intense experience, especially for those of you guys who have resonated with this stuckness, okay? Or maybe for some, this is literally your first relationship, and all of a sudden you experience all this, like, all these colors that come with having a romantic partner. So this could also, of course, be the case here. But overall, is definitely, like, what I can say is that you're inviting a new chapter into your life, and it's gonna bring a lot of changes, this relationship, okay? Not only perhaps changes in, as an example, location or with people, you know, as an example, this person could introduce you to a lot of new people, but just in general speaking, a lot of new experiences. It's kind of like, do you see this is like underwater, right? The Tower card as well. It's kind of like emerging under the waters and seeing all the different worlds you didn't even knew were out there, and then just, yeah, experiencing them and exploring them. If we just think about our planet, I mean, even for people who think they've seen it all, there's still this big mystery about, or around, better to say, below the surface, you know, all the life and all the, yeah, things that may be found under water, under the oceans. That's just a whole different world, right? That we as human beings may not even be able to fully emerge into because, well, because of like biology and, you know, maybe technology is not as enhanced or advanced, I'm sorry, yet, that we can really like genuinely go deep down there and see all the worlds we haven't like seen yet, right? And it's kind of like a little bit the same, I feel like, with this person. You will also be exposed to a world that you haven't been able to see and explore yet. And I really feel like, my dear, with the 9 of Cups being here, wow, look at that. I just realized you literally have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. Wow. But coming back to the 9 of Cups, this is just showing me emotional fulfillment. And I really am talking here of fulfillment, okay? This relationship is gonna make you so happy. There's just no other way to say it. You know, I always say it's our responsibility to make ourselves happy, not someone else. We should never give this responsibilities to like outside of us, because that's just the perfect recipe for disaster. Because we're giving our power away, and we're literally giving the key towards our happiness into someone else's hands. So having said that, as always, still we may come across people who just genuinely make us happy, and that's beautiful and that's great, and that is just something I wish everyone could literally experience. And this relationship is going to be something that's going to make you experience that. Just genuinely being happy. Period. There is really nothing more to say when it comes to that. Wow, yeah. I just realized we also have the Sun card. I mean, I saw the Sun card, but I have just blocked it away because I was just concentrated and focused on the other cards, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, yes, there was something. We also have the Sun card, by the way. Like, do I really have to say more? I just feel like, my dear, if some of you guys have been already in past relationships, there are nothing compared to this one. Because in this one, you genuinely find what you've been searching for, and you're fulfilled in it. You are fulfilled in this relationship. Life is not perfect, and of course relationships are not perfect either. They have their ups and downs. We all know that. However, I genuinely feel like, I almost feel like saying the ups are definitely gonna be more than the downs, okay? But you definitely are gonna have a lot of beautiful experiences. You are gonna feel genuinely happy. And I feel like, as an example, when we are vibrating at a certain level, when we are feeling fulfilled or just full of love, the way we carry ourselves and the way we approach the life around us is very different from, let's say, we being in a very miserable state. And I feel like you are going through, or you will go through, a major transformation yourself. It's very interesting because in pile 1, we had the transformation of their future partner, of pile 1's future partner coming through. And with you guys, we have the transformation of you coming through. That this relationship will actually help you into moving into your greatest version, really. Okay? Because it's kind of like you will have this environment in which, like, as I like to say, the same way a flower needs a certain environment to grow, it's kind of the same with you. You are this flower, in this case the sunflower is really coming through, and this relationship is going to be the right environment or influence that the flower needs to blossom. Okay? Another thing, another message is your future partner, they're going to be very patient with you. That's a very straightforward, random message, but that's just, what I heard. They're going to be patient. Now, I would like to get some more oracle cards so we can get a little bit more information regarding who your future partner actually is, okay? Who you will be in this relationship with. So let's look into that, my dear pile 2. My dear pile 2. Who will you be with in this next relationship? Let's see. Who is this person? Who will you be with? The first card we have is the Goddess archetype, which says the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. Great that we have the sensual energy right next to the Ace of Wands. I'm just saying. So, let's see. All right. Martyr and the Healer. It says learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause, And the Healer says passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to help transform pain into healing. Beautiful. Now one last card, because I'm going to choose 4 for every each pile. No 2 cards, only 1. All right, and we have the heroine archetype, which says passion for a journey of personal empowerment. All right, so let's talk about who this person is. First of all, beautiful energies here, okay, across like everywhere. Now, let me start with that. I feel like this person is beautiful, like in touch with their energies, okay? Masculine and feminine energies. I feel like this person, it doesn't matter, like we're not talking gender wise here, okay, but they have had a really great relationship with a mother figure. It could literally be their mother, or it could also be someone who was there for them instead of their mother if their mother wasn't available or not there. And this relationship has had a big influence on them because it has really shaped their morals and their personality. Someone who I'm literally hearing was an angel or is an angel. So maybe this is the way they think of this person, of this mother figure. That this person is an angel and a blessing, okay? A blessing to be in their life. And as I said, they have definitely influenced this person a lot. And they have helped your partner to have a beautiful balance between the masculine and feminine side of them. Because very often from a very young age, this actually gets disturbed. As a small example, let's just think about boys, okay? Little boys. From a very young age, they're being taught that crying is just for girls, or they should not show emotions because it makes them feel weak. I mean, such nonsense. Things, okay, which like this emotional side that is more so associated with their feminine side, literally gets like so much backlash, as if a part of themselves should be denied. And I mean, if we feel that, or if we're being taught that a part of ourselves should be denied from a very young age, I mean, what kind of adults come out of that, right? And this is something so many people struggle with. And it doesn't matter, okay, this little boy, like it was just an example here. You could also be asking about a woman or whoever, okay, whatever you're interested in. But this is just an example. So you guys understand that this mother figure definitely helped them into like this not happening, okay? Someone who made them really aware of the different sides of them, okay? Of their emotional side, their mental side, and overall just like this mother figure grew them, or I'm sorry, raised them, not grew them, raised them very, very healthy. And they are now a very self-conscious, no, self-aware, I think is the right word, right? They now a very self-aware person and very centered as well, okay? With the goddess archetype being here, okay, it has nothing to do with really with the archetype itself, but more so with the picture, because whenever I see this picture, all I think is just, wow, this woman looks like magnificent. She looks so beautiful, so gorgeous, just very, very hot, okay? Maybe how other people would say it. And I just feel like that's the same way you think of this person, all right? Now, another thing I would like to say, because it really goes hand in hand with what I just said. This is someone who's very self-aware and in touch with, their inner world. Now, when you are someone who's so beautifully balanced out, you may also have the need to bring balance to things outside of you. And I feel like with the healer archetype being here, this is someone who genuinely wants to also help others, okay? Because this is the kind of person who feels full by themselves, okay? They don't feel lack, which needs to be filled by someone else or something else. They know who they are, and like, as we all know, I mean, or as the ancient like mystery schools would have, you know, represented as well, like the biggest power is know thyself. And that's really what they're living. They know themselves. And because they are so powerful in their own presence, they don't get intimidated by the greatness of others. You know, very often people, as an example, feel jealous or intimidating by other people's greatness because of the lack they feel within. And it really gets triggered by seeing other people doing good. And what I'm seeing here is that that's not the thing with this person. In fact, it's this like complete opposite. This person loves to see other people thrive. They love to help other people. So it could be the case that this person literally also has a career that goes somehow into the healing field or somehow into consoling people, making people somehow feel better about their life or their life circumstances. But they just would rather see people thrive than generally do like worse than that, okay? Like, as an example, they could be the kind of person who helps a friend and to literally do really, really good. And they would like definitely not be sour or anything like that when, or if this friend would even do better than them. So not. In fact, it makes them happy. It makes them happy when they see other people happy. Simple as that. And with the hero or heroine archetype being here, it says passion for a journey of personal empowerment. I really feel like this person loves to empower others, because when they empower others, they feel like they're empowering themselves as well, which is beautiful, because maybe this person is aware of the fact that, yes, we may all, physically speaking, it may look like we are all separate from each other and there's distance between like all of us, but energetically speaking, we are a race, and we're all connected, okay, collectively speaking. And when we bring out the best in others, or when we encourage other people, it's also kind of the same as we're encouraging ourselves. And at the end of the day, the energy we're giving out will somehow come back. So there is really no evil in doing good. And I feel like that's the kind of mentality this person has, okay? So that's beautiful. They love to be of service of others as well, not only of themselves. And yeah, like literally, this is the kind of person, like, their personality makes you like fall in love with them, right? I mean, that's so beautiful. My dear pal too, you're really, really lucky, okay? Like, yeah, that's great. So, my dear pal too, this is all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there is something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Also, my dear, like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you will not even get a notification when I upload and pick a card or candle wax reading. Also, my dear, if you're curious or you just would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, my Instagram account is found in the description box, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal too, I am sending you much love and much positive energy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal too, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see all the things we can get about your next relationship and who it will be with. Let's start straight away with your tarot cards. So let's see, for my dear pal 3, what do they need to know about their next relationship? For my dear pal 3, what do they need to know about their next relationship and who it will be with? One last shuffle, my dear pile 3. Okay, that's enough. Oops. All right. So, let's go. For my dear pile 3. Okay, so, we have 3 cards here. We have the King of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the Strength card, the 6 of Swords. For my dear pile 3, the 7 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups. If I'm not wrong, I think the 10 of Cups literally came through in every reading today. So that's amazing. And let's get you guys one last card. Only one, please. For my dear pile 3. Ooh, and we have the World card here. Excuse me, my dear, there was some noise and I wanted to pause for a second. Now we can continue. Now, let's see, for my dear pile 3. Your next relationship, okay? And what you need to know about it. First of all, let me start with that. Okay, so I feel like there's, for a lot of you guys, okay, this energy of travel in here, or some kind of movement. Now, it could be the case that you're gonna meet this person through travel. And I mean, travel is a pretty big word, and it doesn't necessarily have to be long distance. You know, it doesn't mean you have to like travel by plane like 3 times in order to meet this person. It can even mean like within the country you're in, okay? You're going somewhere, you make like some kind of trip, or it could be really anything. For some reason there's gonna be this like relocation. It could even be like driving by car, okay? This could also be the movement that's being shown here. But there is this distance that needs to be like overcome in order for you to meet this person. That doesn't mean that you need now to stress about it, you know, that you go out of this reading thinking, okay, now I need to, I don't know, like plan trips as many as I can so I can meet this person, okay? No, absolutely not. This is all about letting it unfold naturally, okay? You don't need to stress around it. It will come through, and that's just an insight for you, okay? That's just something for you to know about how this may come together, that there is a small distance or big distance for others of you that needs first to be, gone in order for you to meet. However, once again, don't stress about it. It will naturally conquer, naturally happen. I'm sorry. That's what I wanted to say. Now, another thing regarding the relationship, because we are talking about travel already, I feel like you guys together, there may be some kind of a reason for you to travel a lot. Now, maybe this person or your future career for some, okay, there is some kind of travel involved in it, but I just feel like you are gonna move a lot. I mean, if it's not like career involved, it may also just mean that you guys are gonna travel a lot. Like, travel is gonna be a big part of your life. So as an example, when others travel only once a year or 2 times a year, you may take it further than that, because yeah, you just love that. You know, I feel like both of you guys, you love seeing new places. You like to emerge into new cultures, traditions, you know, tasting new food, and just reconnecting or connecting with people, okay, like around the world. You know what I just heard? I heard you're gonna be the kind of people like who will talk about the travels that they have done, this like places they have seen. That's really what I'm seeing here. So this is maybe especially an encouragement for people who would like to travel but they can't right now, that in the future like looking into it, there's definitely opportunities coming your way in which you can get out and explore and enjoy. And yeah, especially like with this pirate, yeah, you see, I just said pirate ship. I'm not even sure if this is a pirate ship. It can also just be a normal ship here, but you know, I said pirate ship, and I don't know why I like associate with it to an extent also adventure, like you know, just going on a new journey and just seeing where it ends, you know, where you go, just being very spontaneous. I feel like that's another thing in this relationship. You will experience a lot of like spontaneous things. This may be a challenge for those of you guys who don't like surprises or spontaneous stuff. You know, for those of you guys who might like to plan things through and really be prepared, that may be a challenge, but I feel like a good one, because that's the point. Because you are being pushed in a good way though, okay? Not pressured into leaving your comfort zone so you can experience more. Okay? Now, let's go back now. I would like to talk about what kind of person this is, your future partner. This can very much, my dear, be someone who is very successful in their career, okay? Someone who may even be a business owner or have multiple like streams or of income, or it's just at a very good place financial wise. Like, as an example, if they are working somewhere, their position is one that they're definitely satisfied with. They feel empowered, they feel motivated, they feel overall really, really good. I feel like this is in general someone who is very motivating, you know. As an example, coming back to the travel thing, let's just say they come up with a trip, a very spontaneous trip, and you just feel like, no, not spontaneously, let's do it next week or in 2 weeks, not, let's say, tomorrow, you know, whatever it may be. And they may really encourage you to step out, you know, like to, once again, motivate you to dare, you know, to do things that you may normally not do, because you don't know what kind of outcome may come through, you know. I mean, of course, you could go in 2 weeks, but you could also go tomorrow. And who knows, maybe you will meet then people you wouldn't have met in 2 weeks, all right? So that's the kind of mentality here. They want to encourage you. And that's just a small example with the travel. I mean, more seriously speaking, it could be as an example, let's say, career-wise, right? Some of you guys have ideas, or you're really thriving towards the certain independency when it comes to your you know, income, and you may have certain ideas or certain things you would like to do, maybe changes, let's say career changes or changing department, whatever it may be, okay? These are just examples. And maybe you're not quite sure about it, or you are sure about it, but you're scared of it and you're not as courageous as you should be or brave enough to do it. Now, what this person will do, they will encourage you big time, okay? As long as it's something good for you, in the sense that it nurtures you and it's good for your well-being, okay? They will support it and they will encourage it. Your well-being will always be the highest priority. So as an example, let's go back to the travel. They would never want you to go on a trip to, like, with them to a place that's very dangerous, okay? Just to come out of your comfort zone. Like, that's not what we're talking about here. It's all about, yeah, our well-being being protected and encouraged, in fact, right? So that's one thing I would like to mention here. Now, let's go back to the King of Wands, because With the King of Wands being here, I also feel like this person, and by the way, we're not talking gender-wise here. Yes, the King of Wands is represented by a man, but that's not important. We're just looking energy. I feel like the partner that we're looking into here, they're very passionate, you know, and not only when it comes to one aspect of their life that's really like, that's who they are, you know. They are very passionate about things they start or things in their life. So as an example, they are very passionate about their work, and I feel like that's a big reason why they are so good at it, because they love what they're doing. And when you love what you're doing, you may put you know, more effort, and yeah, you're all into it, right? In comparison of you doing something you absolutely hate. And that's one thing. They are very passionate about their career or about where they're heading towards, okay? They may have certain goals that they are really working towards, and that's kind of driving them. Financial goals, as an example, or things they would like to purchase, that could be a motivation, or let's just say maybe a motivation they have for working so much is so they can give their future children a better life, or you know, to be able to take care of their loved ones. It doesn't matter, but these kind of like motivations could be what keeps them going. But definitely another one is the passion that you have for their love of their craft. I feel like not only passion towards their career, also towards like relationship. That's a very like, they are a very intimate, not intimate, very passionate lover, okay? And yes, also intimately speaking, I also feel like they are romantic. There's someone who loves to explore and yeah, just experience all the different sides that come with love, and especially the passionate side of love, okay? And they're very eager. I feel like they are willing to go a long way or do a lot, okay, in order to, as an example, create the right mood or a right ambience, okay, for a dinner date, or for you guys to like get intimate with each other, whatever it may be. They like to do what it takes, and they do it from their heart space, okay? Like when they do something they're passionate about, it comes from a place of love. And also when we talk about your guys' relationship, of course, they do it because they love you. They put the effort into and the time into, as an example, preparing a very romantic date night for you guys, because you deserve it, and because they want to show you how much they appreciate you, and that may be a way of them doing that. Although I do feel like that another love language they have is also gift giving. That's also something I'm seeing with these being here. So definitely a romantic at heart, literally. Definitely someone who just loves to, yeah, to love and to receive love. Simple as that. I also feel like this person has a friend circle, which is a pretty big part of their life. So it could be friends that they are like who are in their life for like a very long time, okay? As an example, like school time, elementary school time even, or like kindergarten for some, okay? But a very long time. And this person, like the friendships they have are genuine and real. They are not entertaining people who, yeah, they don't really feel like deeply connected with. With the heart center being here, I feel like it doesn't matter if we're talking about romantic relationships or friendships, okay, platonic ones. They need to feel this heart-to-heart relationship connection. That's actually really, really important for them, I feel like. And I see that they have these few people in their life, like these few friends, and they are a big part of their life, you know. Maybe this person likes to go out with them like every single week at a particular day, like it's their buddy's day, so to speak, okay. They just love to be surrounded by them. I feel like they have definitely experienced a lot with their friends, okay? Like they've gone through a lot, and that has even strengthened the friendship that they have with them. And yeah, they're just very, very important to them, you know? I feel like, it's not like, okay, how often have I said like now? Now, it's not like those friendships in which every now and then, you know, we may write with each other, you know, and then do something and that's it. They are very, very close, and I see as an example every single day they may talk or write with them, and always in mind what they do next, you know. If these are multiple like best friends as an example, then they definitely have, like as an example, a WhatsApp group in which yeah, every day it's like full, and a lot to read for sure, a lot of entertainment, but yeah, these friends are very important to them. I also feel like this person may have a lot of international friends, or friends who are pretty different from them, you know, whether it's physically speaking or just internally, you know, different personalities. And yeah, but it's working out beautifully because they are complementing each other, you know. And yeah, I feel like they have a lot of contacts, like they have their connections when it comes to different things, and whenever this person needs help for something, I feel like there's someone eager to help them, or they know who to call, they know who to ask. That's definitely a very sociable person we're talking about here, for sure. By the way, I feel like you guys also, this could be a very long-term relationship. That's something I'm seeing here. Also, this person is coming through as very mature. They have very mature energy here. Now, maturity doesn't necessarily have to be linked to age. So it doesn't matter how old this person is. Although I feel like for some, this person is older than you, but it doesn't have to be for everyone. That's just the majority of energy I'm seeing here. But regardless of the age, this person is very mature, and I feel like this is something you are gonna feel very, very attracted towards, that they're responsible, they are trustworthy, and a support, maybe even financial support for some of you. Now, as I was saying, someone who you will have a long-term relationship with. Of course, at the end of the day, it depends on you and your free will. You have the last thing to say. I mean, even if the cards say you will have a long-term relationship, if this is something you don't want to have, then you are more powerful than any card reading, because you have your free will, and you will always be the most powerful in your life. You can decide for yourself no matter what. However, if this is your cup of tea, then the potential is here, and I see that it can definitely go that way. All right, so you just know it. If this person has become successful, I feel like they haven't always been there. I feel like they have definitely worked towards it, and they could have even had very humble beginnings, or like this person may know how it feels like to have nothing, literally, and now they feel so abundant and so prosperous that they almost feel like they have everything, because for them, when they have this this freedom that comes with money, okay, then they feel like they are already the richest person on earth. It's not about having the millions or whatever. It's about having enough so we feel, yeah, empowered, and we feel like we can have what we want, and we don't feel stressed or anxious when it comes to money. And I feel like that's the thing here. For them, you are rich when money is not an issue, or when the whole money thing doesn't make you sleepless, okay? So that's really what wealth is to them. Also, another thing that money is for them is choice. Money brings freedom, the freedom of choice, the freedom of like opportunities, different options, okay? Maybe someone who has more money can decide more, okay? Because they can, yeah, like afford it. And I feel like this person, the biggest thing they appreciate about money is the fact that, to some extent, of course it depends, right? But sometimes money gives you different options to choose from, and that's something they really appreciate, because I feel like this person may have, like, maybe they didn't had a lot of choice in their past, because they just had to take whatever was there. They couldn't afford to do otherwise. So now that they can, they are really, really grateful for it. And of course it depends. I mean, like, choice is a really big word, but it can go into different, you know, like, situations, okay? But I just feel like overall that's the case here with this person. And the empowerment or the motivation that really drove them or brought them to this place really comes all by themselves. They have motivated themselves at times in which, yeah, no one else has. Now I would like to talk about the Ten of Cups, because the Ten of Cups for me is all about your guys' relationship. I feel like this is a relationship in which you are gonna grow, okay, a lot, in a good way. A relationship that will bring out the best in you, a relationship that will help you to go beyond the boundaries or limitations that you have put on yourself. And overall, a relationship that's very, very fulfilling, because the Ten of Cups is about emotional fulfillment. It's about fulfillment in general. It's about also the sense of community and this harmonious environment, right? And I feel like you guys are gonna create, or not create, but you may be living in an environment in which you are also gonna have a very good community around you, okay? A community in which you're gonna be a part of, and a lot of positive interaction. Let me see. Yeah, I feel like when it comes to the place you're gonna live, okay, it's gonna be somewhere you're gonna be very happy. That's something I'm seeing here as well. I also feel like when it comes to your guys' relationship, there's gonna be a lot of understanding each other. Like, you are gonna feel like you can approach this person with whatever is bothering you, and you will not feel judged. That's another thing here. Let me see. Another thing I'm seeing here for you, my dear pile 3, is that a lot of people, when we talk about your relationship, are actually going to consider you guys a power couple. And I feel like it's because of the things other people are going to see in you guys, okay? So maybe you go through some kind of tough times, and people see how much you guys hold on to each other, how strong you are together, you know, how much you fight in a good way, like together, not with each other, like together. And yeah, like, you are a support system of each other, and even if life gets ugly, you manage to push through together. You are team players, you are a great teamwork. And that's something people see, and I feel like that's why this came through. All right. Because even if life gets heavy or stressful, that's not a reason for you guys to give up, ever. Now, I would like to get some more oracle cards to see what kind of person this is, okay, who you will be with, some more information regarding them. For my dear pile 3. For my dear pile 3, let's see. Who will you be with in this relationship? One more shuffle for my dear pile 3. Who will you be with in this relationship? Pile 3. Okay. Let's go. Let's see for my dear pal 3. So, the first card we have is the heroine card here. And it says passion for a journey of personal empowerment. Exactly. It's also great that this card came through like above the King of Wands, because the King of Wands was actually giving me a lot of self-empowerment. This is someone who has empowered themselves, okay, over and over and over again. No matter how big the stones were that were thrown in front of this person, they always found a reason why to keep going, okay, and to empower. Now, this is really all about self-empowerment for sure. So I feel like this is something you are gonna find so beautiful about them, that they are so independent and they don't need, or like, how should I say it? They are not codependent, okay? They don't need someone else to make them feel a certain way, because they are already doing it by themselves. And that's something you really appreciate. For some of you guys, maybe you have been in codependent relationships, and that's why you will be extra thankful, like, seeing this in this person. But yeah, that's just something I'm seeing. So self-empowerment is a thing here for sure. For my dear pile 3. Now that's interesting, because we have the Knight archetype, which says loyalty, romance, duh, we have talked about that, right? A love of honor. Now, what I would like to say is, you know, we have the hero, heroine, and Knight archetype here. And this archetype, like the hero, heroine, they rescue, right? And the Knight also may rescue others. So there is something about rescuing here. Maybe this person will somehow help you, my dear, okay, on your journey. Now, I'm not getting any messages regarding how they may help you, so the energies are not coming through with that. However, we have gotten this clue now, like when it comes to rescue. So, and I feel like rescue is not the right word. It's more so help. Somehow they will help you, or maybe even encourage you. Maybe when it comes to your personal life, when it comes to your career, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just seeing help and encouragement in them. Now, with the Knight archetype being here, romance, I've already talked about it. This is really the confirmation for me. They are a very romantic person. They like to do also cliche stuff, okay? Like the candlelight dinner, or some kind of a picnic in nature. They love that, because why not, you know? It makes us feel loved, it makes us feel appreciated. It doesn't matter how often we've seen it in like movies. I mean, why not experiencing it firsthand ourselves, right? And with loyalty being here, that's just very simply what I'm seeing. They're gonna be loyal. They're also very trustworthy. Yeah. And the last sentence says a love of honor. But what I'm actually is hearing is they honor love. That's what I'm hearing. And that's why they are very aware with their partner or themselves or the relationship in general. For my dear pile 3, who will you be with in this next relationship? We have the student archetype, which says humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. I feel like with this card being here, this is a seeker. This is someone who loves to always learn more. Someone who may go by the quote, okay, I totally forgot how it goes, but it goes something like, the real student is the one who knows that they always will stay a student, right? So they don't get arrogant or too much of themselves when they think they already know everything, because yeah, it may be like for them, they may say, I know that I don't know anything. And that's really what makes them stay humbled and always eager to know more. Because maybe from an outsider looking at them or knowing them, they would actually consider this person someone who already knows so much, who's so knowledgeable, so wise. But this person doesn't see it that way. They feel like they're always the student of life, and you're never there, because life is a lifelong like journey, and we will be its lifelong students. You know, that's kind of their mentality they have. But they're also pretty humbled, I feel like. So even though they could be considered a teacher of something or a mentor, they may still see themselves as the student. So there could be a lot of things that you can learn from them, and maybe that's why I got help coming through. They may help you with certain things or make you aware, yeah, or just very knowledgeable. They may teach you stuff. And look at that. Didn't I just say seeker? And here it is. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Exactly. That's what I just received. And I really don't feel like saying more because I've already said that. And yeah, that's really who they are. Especially, I mean, it almost looks like this person is maybe on a quest or they're traveling, and then we have the World card and the Six of Swords there. So this could be someone who has definitely well traveled, and they love, my dear, they love to just travel and learn all the things that are out there in different cultures and different environments. It doesn't matter. This is what they're living for. So, my dear pile 3, this is all I have for you. Please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading, and if there is something you would like to share, definitely feel free to do so. Also, my dear, like and subscribe if you haven't. If you subscribe, please don't forget to hit the bell, because otherwise you may not even get a notification when I upload a new pick a card or candle wax reading such as this one here. Also, my dear, if you're curious or you just would like to get further information regarding a personal reading with me, you can of course feel free to email me as well. Lastly, my dear, if you would like to connect with me more on Instagram, you will find my Instagram link in the description box, and of course I invite you there as well. But yeah, my dear pal 3, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy, and I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.